Very good morning to all. Before entering into the lesson, I just wanted to give you a very few advice about the very crucial period of today. We all know we are overcoming corona crisis as we all held up in a particular place and we cannot come out for any reasons as it is completely locked down, right? Be safe at your home and whatever the things may be, if it is possible to get it by nearby, just go through it. If not, if you wanted to come out seriously, just come during that time. If not, you need not come out of it. Stay home, stay safe. Today we are going to see some interesting topic. Before entering into the topic, we want to know who is the author of the poem. Today we are going to see a poem especially. In this poem, many things are described through a little boy, and it usually describes the feeling of us. Everyone has a child inside, right? Even we grew up or even we became very old, at a particular point we all will have a child within us, and we all wanted to overcome it to achieve something in our life. So let's see, the title is Vocation. What is vocation? We can see it later, but before that, let's see a short description about the poet. The poet's name is Rabindranath Tagore. We all might be knowing him very popularly because he is a very famous person in all over the world. He has written n number of poems. He has written n number of short stories, novels, everything he has written so much. But especially whenever we see the name Rabindranath Tagore, we all remember our national anthem Jana Gana Mana, right? So he's a very much patriotic person that made him to write that one particular anthem for all of us all over the world wide. So he became famous in that. Apart from that, he wrote many poems, many short stories, as I told you. Let's see how much he worked hard for the upcoming to get upcoming name, and what he did in his lifetime and what made him to write the poem. All these we can see. Before that, let's see a short description about him. First, he was born on 7th May 1861 and he died on 7th August 1941. He lived almost for 78 to 80 years completely. He wrote many stories. Like he's very much all over. He's widely known for poet because he wrote many poems which described starting from the middle age to upper class people, to child, to adult, to young, to everything, to all age group people. He wrote many poems, so he is famous for poet. Then followed by this, he wrote n number of short stories. Short stories are nothing but which can be read in a very short period of time. For example, if we are going for we are traveling somewhere, it can be read within a particular time. Short story is a very small story which can be read during travels. Not only travels, bedtime stories are also available. So he wrote a number of short stories. Followed by that, he is a song composer. He'll compose songs in a very normal manner, and he'll go to the extreme level also. In that aspects only he composed it. Then he is a playwright. Playwright is nothing but the one who writes novels or plays for theatre, television or radio station and all. Playwright, for example, novels. Many novels he has written. Let's see what are the important novels he had written. Followed by that, he is an essayist. Essay is nothing but essays. We'll read essays. So he wrote a number of essays. Then followed by that, he is a painter also. He paints the pictures very beautifully and gives color to it in a very extreme manner. Followed by that, in the year 1913, he is the first non-European who won Nobel Prize for Literature. For writing so many poems and so many stories in literature, he is the first non-European who won Nobel Prize for Literature. Let's see a short recap. Then let's see what are the books and things he wrote. See, first he was born on 7th May 1861 and he died in 7th August 1941. He is a poet, he is a short story writer, he is a song composer, he is a playwright, he is an essayist, and he is a painter. He is the first non-European who won Nobel Prize for Literature in the year 1913. Let's see what are the famous book he wrote now. We have seen a very short description of who is Rabindranath Tagore, when he was born and when he died, right? Followed by that, let's see a few more introduction. He is the one who introduced prose and verse form and followed by the colloquial language into Bengali language. He's the one, as I told you, he's the one introduced, right? Prose and verse form. Prose is nothing but a lesson format. Then followed by that, verse form is nothing but verse is a musical rhythm or composition which was written with the rhyme scheme correctly. That is what we have mentioned it as verse form, prose and verse form. Followed by that, we have a colloquial language. Colloquial is nothing but fusion of two languages into a particular thing. That is what colloquial form. So Rabindranath Tagore is the one who introduced the prose and verse form. Verse is nothing but, as I told you, it can be a poem which is filled with musically rhythm format and with a proper rhyme scheme. Then colloquial language into Bengali. Bengali is fused with some other language to form a colloquial language, and he wrote so many stories in literature based on that. Then his most famous notable works are Gitanjali, Manasi, Gitanjali, song offerings. I told you, he's a song composer too. So that for that also he wrote Gitanjali song version and Gitanjali book. This is a very famous work of Rabindranath Tagore which made him to famous by all over the world. Followed by that he wrote Manasi also. Now let's look into the poem by one. We have three parts in the poem which describe about a child's innermost feeling of oneself, which we all have. Generally, if you take a particular thing, we all will be having a small or many things that goes in our mind in our day-to-day life, especially during our childhood. When we are a child, if we go out to play, or if we go for an exhibition, for example, at the age of 5 or 10, maybe 5 to 10, you just take it. If we are going for an exhibition, we all will have many things that goes in our mind. If we ask to our parents, can you take me to exhibition, please? Our parents will say, no, if I take you to exhibition, you'll get balloons, this, all stuff you'll get. No, we don't want to go. You'll spend so much money lavishly. The only thing they exclaim to us, right? But immediately what will be our response? No, I'll not ask anything. I'll just will be catching your hand and coming over there, standing quietly, and we'll come back. I'll not ask anything, or else I'll just ask balloons alone. We'll give that kind of responses to our parents, right? Okay, at last they'll also agree, okay, he'll not ask anything. But immediately when we go there, we'll see so many things around us. Like we'll see balloons, we'll see so much toys, we'll see PlayStation, we'll see playthings, or we'll see many play games. Or if it is girls, we need not say at all. We'll see accessories, we'll see costumes, we'll see dress. So whenever we see all these things, our mind gets corrupted. So immediately what we do, we'll start fighting with our parents to get this or that. To some extreme, many child, they'll sit there itself. Unless you get me this toy, I'll not come there. This is the main statement they'll give over there. So after that, everybody will look at us, right? So in the fake of that one particular thing, our parents will say no to us. So okay, come, I'll get it. They'll say yes to us and they'll take us and they'll get. But we all know immediately after coming home, either they'll beat or they'll scold us, right? So these are the main things. So our mind will not be in a stubborn stage. I told this example for children, not only to children, to the grown-ups also. We'll say, especially if now and all, if birthday or any parties come, we'll tell to our parents, no mama, I'll just get only one dress if I go to the shop. Our parents will not accept that. But we'll give a very clear statement, no, I'll get one, I'm very clear about it. But when we go to the shop, we'll see so much colors and we'll be confused on seeing that. So I'll say, shall I take 2 or shall I take 3? Our mind will do. So at any point or at any situation, whenever we see something or somebody, our mind will change to that one particular situation and our mind will adopt to that one particular circumstances. That is what the same thing happened in the poem, which was beautifully portrayed by Rabindranath Tagore. Let's see what happened in the poem. Okay, let's look into the poem now. This poem speaks about a child which has 3 characters, or which thinks about 3 main things that is portrayed throughout the poem. First thing is, during a daytime morning when the child woke up, he's seeing throughout the day, he's seeing 3 people when he comes. So first he sees a bangle seller, second he sees a gardener, third he sees a gatekeeper. These 3 people is seen by the child. First, let's see what are the main routines done by these people. First, if you take a bangle seller is nothing but a man or woman who sells bangle. Bangle seller, actually here these 3 people are represented as a hawkers or vendors. Vendors are nothing but in our streets and all, people will take ice creams in one particular vehicle and they'll come, no? Like that, vendors are not, they'll not stay in a particular place, they'll keep moving from one place to another. So that is what. In this first bangle seller, if you take, no, what is the work of the bangle seller? First thing is, he wants to sell bangles. If it is his own bangles, then there is no issues. He can sell how much he wants or how many he wants, right? If he's working under a particular person, they'll set a target to him. He wants to fulfill the target. For example, he has to sell 12 dozens of bangles today. He cannot stay in a particular place and call people, come get bangles and go. He has to go to each one by one home, and he has to speak to them regarding this, and he has to explain how the bangles are, what is the quality, what is the price, how much bangle he is giving. All these things he wants to speak to the persons he is selling, and he wants to sell it. First thing. Followed by that, he will not have proper time to eat his food. He'll not have a place to take rest. He cannot stay in a particular place, like he wants to go in a sunshine and he wants to work hard. So these are the few main things that a bangle seller will be facing. Okay. Second, if you take a gardener. Gardener are nothing but, we know, right? Gardener are the one who takes care of the garden in a very proper way. What is the work of the gardener? He has to cut the extra leaves if it is there. He has to pour water to the plants. He has to maintain the places. He has to take the waste leaves or decayed leaves from the ground, and he has to throw it away. He has to take the dust from the ground. If he wants to plant a new plant, he wants to dug the ground, he wants to plant it, and he wants to pour water, everything. He cannot do it in the early morning before sunshine and all. He has to work all the day, because gardener is nothing but a very small place. Only 2 or 3 plants he can maintain. He wants to take care of many plants. For example, minimum 10 plants will be there. He wants to take that. So these are the things mainly done by the gardener. The last one is gatekeeper. Gatekeeper or watchman, we can tell. For example, let's see the role of our own school watchman. What he does actually, he'll come early in the morning before we come to school. He'll stand in the gate. He'll watch who's coming inside and who's going outside. He notes the time of van's arrival, and he knows the time of van's departure also. And whoever comes in the midday, many booksellers may come, or parents may come, or we may go home. All these should be noted by him. He has to keep a record, he has to maintain it, and he has to follow all that things. He cannot sit in a particular place, he has to walk along under. This is the work of the day keeper. If you take a night watchman, no, what he has to do, he has to stand keeping a very small lamp. They'll not put big tube lights and all for him. As it is a very night time, he can keep a lantern, very small light. He has to walk here and there, and he has to see who is coming and who is going. He has to take care of the whole building or any hospital or school, whatever may be. He has to do that, right? So these are the main work of the these 3 people. Why I told only these 3 people is because in this poem only these 3 people just spoken. Bangle seller, gardener, and gatekeeper. I hope you people will be knowing what are the 3 people's work in their day-to-day life. Okay, let's get into the poem now. First, if you take now, when a child came out of his home, he is going to the school. When he goes to the school, no, the time is around 10 a.m. He, after reaching the school, on his way, he is seeing a bangle seller. When he sees a bangle seller, he's seeing why the bangle seller is very much happy. He is very much happy. He don't have any work to do. We carrying so many books in our bag, and we are walking to the school, reading, writing, and we are playing, running, everything we are doing. See the bangle seller, he is just pedaling his cycle, and he is moving freely from one place to another. He is enjoying his life. This is the main thought went into the child's mind. Followed by that, second, he sees when he comes out of his school by 4 p.m. When he comes there, he is seeing a gardener in the garden. The gardener is playing in the dust, and he is burrowing something to keep something inside. So what the child's mind is, he's joyfully playing in the dust. Yeah, children loves sand, no, they'll play in the dust and they'll make everything on their dress and they'll come back. So after seeing the gardener, this is what the child thought. So he's joyfully playing in the dust, and he's burrowing the ground for something. We are the one who is suffering going to the school and coming back. Finally, in the night, when his mother asked him to sleep in the bed, no, he opened the window and he was seeing outside. He saw a gatekeeper in his house outside. When he sees the gatekeeper was carrying a lantern in the hand and he's moving from here to there. That is from gate, starting to ending point. He's going there and he's walking over there and he's seeing the light. How it appeared is, a man with red light, a superhuman, is standing there, keeping a light over there and watching everyone coming out and in. This is what the child's thought was, moving here and there joyfully. This was the thought mainly given by the made in the child's mind. So we have seen, before entering into the poem, we have seen what are the job actually the bangle seller has, the gardener has, and the gatekeeper has. But when a child sees from outside, the child was not able to see what are the sufferings they are overgoing. A bangle seller, to his eyes, it was felt like he's peddling and moving freely from one place to another. But only the bangle seller knew how much he is suffering. He is going in sunlight. He will not have proper food to eat. He don't have time to rest also. He has to go there and here and there to sell his bangles. This is the obstacle. Second, the child sees that the gardener is playing joyfully in the dust. But actually what the gardener is doing, he is finding it difficult. His hands will pain, his fingers will pain. He is standing in the sunlight and he is digging the ground and planting so many saplings and cleaning the ground, everything he is doing. Only he knows how much sufferings he is undergoing, right? Followed by that, at night time, when the child sees a gatekeeper is moving joyfully here and there, but mom wants me to sleep here in the bed. This is the main thought went there. But the child wants to be a bangle seller, wants to be a gardener, not wants to be a gatekeeper. But as the child doesn't know the circumstances of these three people, the child wants to become as it sees from one side to another side. Let's see what happened next now. So these are the main three things that goes into the child's mind, and that made him to think so many points. In the beginning of the session, I have told you, let's see what is vocation in the poem. Vocation is nothing but attracting somebody to a particular profession or an occupation. That is what in this poem a child is attracted towards three people's job, that is occupation. First one is a bangle seller, second one is a gardener, and third one is a gatekeeper. Three professions are very much horrible and very much difficult to overcome, but as the person sees from one part of it, it feels very easy and he wants to be so. So these three are the main theme or moral of the poem. First one is outside appearance. As the bangle seller was shown as a very happiest man, and he started moving there and here in a very free manner. That was portrayed. So that what the child thought, he's very happy and he's enjoying. That is what many are saying, don't judge a book by its cover. This is a very famous proverb. It is used by many. It's not that a person may be a poor fellow, his dress may be torn like a teared, cringe poirkalam, or he may look very ugly in his appearance. But you should not think that, oh, what is he, how he is looking, he's not fit for anything, it seems. We can reject, or even in your friend circle, I'm telling you, in a class of 10 or in a class of 20, people will be, students will be like very much different people only. One may be white, one may be black, one may be tall, one may be short, one may be lean and one may be fat, or one may be too much brilliant and one may be little brilliant. Everyone in this world who are born have unique characters. We cannot judge a people based by our own suggestions. So everyone has a unique character. In that manner, people with ugly appearance or people with black appearance or people with torn clothes will also have a unique talent within them. So we cannot judge as if we see them. And we cannot judge anyone's talent, nor we can judge anyone's innermost patience on seeing them. We have to speak with them, we have to understand them, and then only we can judge them. And apart from that, we don't have any rights to judge anybody. Everyone have their own life and everyone has to overcome it. We should not be judging someone based on their, as I told you, based on their appearance. Don't judge a book by its cover. Even a gardener, it seems like he's playing in a dust very joyfully, but only he knows. He may have dust allergy, he may have sinus problem, or he may have any respiratory problems also, as he's playing always in the, as he's working in the dust. So to the outside world, it may like he's joyfully playing with the dust as the child thought. But only to him, he knows that how much he's suffering. As the same gatekeeper, you just take one day, no? You don't sleep at night one day. All day you just awake and do anything more you want. For boys, I'm telling you can play PUBG games, or you can play with PlayStation, or you can play any car race, anything. Girls, you may watch movie, you may put makeup or whatever you want, you just do. But don't sleep tonight. Not tonight, any one night. From starting from 10 p.m. to morning 4 or 5 p.m. you don't sleep, no. Just imagine how the next day will be. Just try it once. You are in a lockdown period, as you are staying home, no. It's like a time pause also. You just don't sleep for a night and let's see what happens on the next day. If anyone are trying, no, please let me know in the next session so that I may also try one day. So gatekeeper, it seems like he's walking here and there joyfully with a lantern. But if you go there and stand for the whole night, no, you'll be knowing how much leg pain you'll be undergoing and how much sufferings you'll be undergoing. And if he is not sleeping whole night, no, the next full day will be like a very drowsy. He'll have a headache. He cannot do anything. It will not be a just normal day. He'll suffer so many things. But to the child, it appeared like a very easy task. That it's like he's joyfully walking here and there with a lantern like a superhuman, it felt. So that's why it is given don't judge a book by its cover. Apart from that, I have given us freedom. Freedom is, he felt that these three peoples are very much freedom. They have so much freedom, so they are enjoying. It's not that freedom is not that much easy. Everyone are having freedom, but it's up to the people how they are using it, whether they are using it in a proper manner or they are using it in a wrong manner. Even to you guys, I'm telling, your parents may give you freedom, but don't misuse it. If your parents are asking you to go for a play from 5 to 7, be sharp by 6:59 p.m. Then the followed day, your parents will ask you to play one more hour also. I assure you that. Because parents want us to be very much, because in these days, parents are not letting us to play. So whenever they leave, you be on time and you obey their conditions, whatever they say, no. Next day, they'll go to one more step and they'll provide you whatever you want. So don't misuse the freedom whenever it is granted. Don't take it for granted, especially when it is meant for you, it will be for you. And when it is given, take it in a proper way and use it in a proper way. Then followed by that, curiosity and attraction is the main thing portrayed here. Curiosity is nothing but ஒரு ஆர்வம், ஒரு next என்ன பண்றாங்க, it's like an attraction towards that. That is what these two words are similar. Attraction is nothing but, if we have a rich friend, we are also not very poor, right? So if we have a rich friend, if he wears a big watch or if he wears a big chain, even we'll have a wish that, if my parents are rich, I would also got like that. Don't think that without watch also you'll be looking beautiful only, without chain also you'll be looking beautiful only. So it's not that attractions or curiosities may differ. Yeah, everyone will have some wish within themselves, and some wish may be outcome, some wish will not outcome. That is the main thing. But whatever wish may be, you just keep it within yourself and you just try to succeed within it. If you try, then one day surely you'll succeed. So curiosities and attractions may come and go, but make sure it is not going beyond level and beyond our own level. So make sure that. So these are the main things portrayed. Outside appearance, don't judge a book by its cover. Make use of the freedom properly. Curiosities and attractions can be, but make sure it is not going beyond the level. Finally, let's see some figures of speech in the poem. We have 3 figures of speech in the poem. First one is repetition, imagery, and the last one is simile. Repetition is nothing but repetition of words in the following lines. Bangles, crystal bangles. The bangle seller shouts in the street and shouted as bangles, crystal bangles. Followed by that, we have an imagery here. Imagery is nothing but dark and lonely. When we hear the statement, we can feel how the image comes over us, and we can feel that how it will be like. Like it is dark and it is very lovely. That is what portrayed here. Followed by that, the last one is simile. It is a lamp which is portrayed as a giant. That's what I told you. When he sees a gatekeeper, he's keeping a lamp in a hand, and he is walking here and there going forward. When he sees this, he felt that it is a superhuman keeping a lamp in his hand and walking here and there. This was felt here, right? So these are the 3 figures of speech portrayed in the poem. First one is repetition of words. Bangles, crystal bangles. Second one is imagery, dark and lonely. The third one is simile, lamb, Jane the superhuman, which is portrayed here. So to you guys also I'm telling, this poem will be like to all of us, it is saying that don't think too much about the out world. Just look into your own world and start enjoying the life from today onwards. Because life is given only once, life cannot come back. So live your own life in the present. Don't think of the past or don't think of the future. Don't think around you or don't think about others, so that you need not get confused or you will not have disappointments, you will not have depression in your life. Start living your own life and you will enjoy how much you can, you will enjoy. So keep smiling forever, stay safe, stay happy. Thank you.